If you were expecting me to be as eloquent as Bill, you're really out of luck. If you're expecting this to be short and sweet so we can move the program on, you're going to be happy to see me. Bill's right. I took over. I got to know Tom after the big job was done. And I work with contractors all the time, and people will say, well, isn't that their job, to get the job done on time and on budget? Well, yeah, it is. And it's a lot easier job to do, I suppose, when you're looking at a $500,000 renovation. When you finish that job, though, and look at all the little jobs that are left to do, we still had to put furniture, built-ins, bunks, desks. We had a lot of additional work we had to do. Small projects, little projects, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 projects. Those projects don't have big markups. They aren't always worth a lot of time, and a lot of contractors won't give you that same kind of attention that you get with the $500,000 project. That's where I got to know Tom. Whenever we had work to do, little job, medium-sized job, Tom would take it, he would do it, and he would complete it on time. Those are the jobs that showed me integrity. Those are the jobs that let you know what a contractor is worth and a man is worth. Even more so, when we had a job that Tom didn't think he could add value to, he would say, look, you don't need me. Here's the guy that can do this job. You don't need to pay markup. Just call him. He'll get it done for you. He knew he was right. I knew he was right, but I didn't know who to call. Tom helped me. He didn't have to help me. He wasn't going to make any money off it. That's the kind of guy Tom is. That's the kind of people that we hope all these young men will become. People who will do something because it's the right thing, not because they're going to make money from it. And that's why this was a great choice for the Frank Carlson Award for me. And Bill, that's it. It's not a huge piece of hardware, but it's huge for our hearts. To you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's get a picture of him. Our speech.
Oh no, well, Bill said I could talk for 2 hours or not at all, and people who don't know that not at all is probably my preference. I appreciate all those accolades, and they reflect back on Bill and a relationship he had with Roger Schultz, former Roger Schultz, Schultz Construction. I started to work with those people in 1994, and I became a partner of the company in around 2002 or so. But because of I'm an extension of Schultz Construction, all you young guys in here are an extension of Acacia, and have the opportunity and have represented your fraternity very well. I've worked with several renovations on campus of fraternities and similar type structures, and many times within 6 months of completion, to go back into the facility again, you wouldn't know we'd been there, and they had spent $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 of their money, and it was really kind of embarrassing. It was disappointing to see, even though we got paid for the job and we made money on it, it didn't reflect like the Acacia House does. Working with Curtis and initially with Bill and Charlie Bush and Gary on the renovation in 2000, and that particular part of it, we went through and gutted those rooms and put in a new heating and air system and renovated that south living quarter wing of it. The care and maintenance and upkeep that you gave that facility afterwards. And that extended to me who you are in comparison to maybe some of your compadres across campus. It was a place that you could feel proud to take your friends on a momentary basis, your parents, family. Directors could pop in on you anytime, and you can be proud of what you have. And I'm sure it's still that way. I've been in there for a year or so. But it was always a welcome call when I got a call from Curtis to have an opportunity to work on next year's budget and projects. In 2000, we did the major project, which was several $100,000, and prepared the rooms for room furniture, and there was low number of occupants at that time, I think 15 or so, but there was room to expand to 45 or so. And so you had room furniture for the first 15 or 30. My recollection is great on exactly how many we totally finished out. But then the following years, year after year after year, Curtis had the directors had a budget that they were working with where they wanted to accomplish as much as they could with the dollars that they had. And some of those projects, as I remember them, were after the major part was bringing in more room furniture to finish out the rooms. The dining room that Bill mentioned with the ceiling was sagging and water had done quite a bit of damage. And there was an old gentleman on campus, one of your engineering instructors, Charles Bissey, that for $25 an hour he worked up if you knew Charles, if you've been in the construction part of it when he was teaching on campus, he penciled everything out to the nth degree, and he had 2 or 3 full pages on documentation on what that steel beam that we shoved up into that ceiling space would carry and maximum sag we'd have, and et cetera. And he took it on as a major project that Charles has since passed, but he was a great asset to our company, and just a small project that he did for you all and for us. Bathrooms, we went through those. That was another phase. It all onyx inlay in all the showers, and those are kind of a pretty good upgrade for a trendy house, something like you might see in Marriott or something. But your directors weren't beyond spending a little money to make it right. Down in the library, I think we built a cherry cabinet and did some things to renovate that, make that more inviting. I think we discovered that we had a beautiful oak floor underneath your living room. Some old worn-out carpet was on top, and we stripped that off, and lo and behold, it's a floor repairable, and I think it still looks pretty good. And kitchen got remodeled here just 2 or 3 years ago with updated. The exterior, there's a little bit of renovation work done on that soffits and guttering and that sort of thing recently. But each one of those projects was an annual budget thing. Curtis would call me and say, we've got this and this and this, and we want to get as much as we can based on the funding that we have, and go over and review it, and give him a budget that I thought we could work with, and he said, go ahead with it. And normally we come in on budget. I thought maybe this was a roast, though. There was one item during the years your laundry room on the south side down there needed a few more washers and a little more capacity as you grew. And I had a budget of just maybe $1,500 or so to expand to allow for some more washing down there. And lo and behold, the drain system there was antiquated, and
I don't know.
How many of you remember that, but the, your east yard was torn up, and looked like a coal mining operation had started in there. That solid rock down to the street. They had to excavate 20 feet down to tap into the sewer with that. And what I had budgeted several $100s for it turned into several thousand. So I thought maybe that was actually what this was all about. Finally get even for that.
You always get one pass.
Pardon?
You always get one pass.
Well, it's, that was probably the worst case scenario out of all of it. But, once again, the directors and the passion they have for that isn't just a facility, it's your symbol, your most visual symbol that you have near campus to represent you guys, and I think you're doing just an excellent job of keeping it up and making a statement about yourselves when you do that. Thank you very much.